Welcome to the warm-up. Kevin Calabro, Jim Moore. We haven't done one of these in a long time. It is the warm-up. We do this before we do our 4-hour show here on 710 ESPN Seattle. Usually we're in the other studio, and you can see cars and people and pets and trees blowing back and forth behind us. Today we're in a very cold studio, so forgive us if we're less than creative and witty like we ordinarily are here doing the warm-up.
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
We were just reading a live chat from Chris Hansen on Seattle Times. Regular guy. He was talking about the series between Oklahoma City and the Lakers, and he said, I hate the Lakers. And I can't stand watching the series. He says, it's torturous for me. He says, I can't decide who to root against.
Yeah, he's just like all the Sonic fans here.
Yeah.
And he was also asked later on in that interview about who he'd be rooting for to win the championship, and he said anybody but OKC, and I think that's the way we feel. A lot of us feel, right?
Love that
you just
attitude.
don't want to see Clay Bennett getting that trophy from David Stern.
They look good last night, though, as they take care of the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers hung in there for, I don't know, a full half and then much of the third quarter, but it's pretty apparent that Oklahoma City team is just phenomenal. They were locked on go. Kevin Durant's on a mission, Russell Westbrook sensational, and James Harden. This series with San Antonio is just going to be outstanding, I think.
It is. I was holding out hope, but boy, Kobe. You were right about that. Remember, I was thinking Kobe might go for 44.
He was good last night.
2 points off on that, but you were saying if he went for 40-plus, that they would lose, and lose they did by 16. I mean, it wasn't even close in the end, and Kobe again tried to go 1-on-5, didn't he?
He did, and he had some tough shots down the stretch, but they were already behind by like 18 late in the game, and he's throwing in some buckets. So, he must have scored, I think, 4 or 5 buckets when it was pretty evident that this game was over. And, you look at the Lakers now, and you wonder, are they going to stay with this plan for next year, or are they going to try to trade Pau Gasol? Remember, at the beginning of the year, they were trying to trade him anyway, and the league stepped in and says, no, you can't trade him in that 3-way deal that involved Houston and New Orleans. So that'll be interesting to see. Now, I was bouncing back between the basketball game and the Mariner game, and I got to tell you, that's probably not a good way to do it, because every time I went back to the Mariner game, I'm catching up on one great play after another at the plate. What stood out in your mind was the Ichiro triple to drive in the first run. That was kind of a key, I thought.
Well, and to give Felix a lead like that, and they didn't capitalize as much as they could have on Darvish's lack of control, but still they parlayed it into what? They had 5-6 runs?
Yeah.
And Montero coming through with a long sacrifice fly and then getting an RBI double later. A lot of positive things to take away from that. Yu Darvish, what's his ERA? It's over 8 or something like that.
So,
2 starts against the Mariners,
and
under 2 against the rest of the American League.
They got his number.
Hard to explain what happened last night.
I just wonder, we talked about the Japanese contingent being there. It's being beamed back to Japan. Ichiro nailed him in the first. I think, didn't Ichiro have a triple and a couple of singles in the first game?
3 for 4. I think he's 5 for 7 total now.
He got to him in the first game, so maybe the wheels were turning. I'll tell you this, though, that guy's a phenomenal pitcher, is he not? He threw something to Justin Smoke I've never seen before. Was it a 60? I think.
The 12-6 curveball?
Well,
is that what they call it?
Well, Blowers was talking about a 69-mile-an-hour changeup, followed by just straight as a string fastball. It looked like it was 101. I mean, this guy's... And he just looks like a hellified pitcher, doesn't he? He's got a huge power plant. He's long.
How do you explain his 2 outings? I mean, the first outing against the Mariners, you could explain it away by saying, it's his first start, coming over from Japan, he's nervous, all the hype. But this game, he really came. He had that quote too, didn't he? That he came into this game wanting to show the Mariners what he really had.
Right, because he didn't do it the first time. That's right.
And he threw 96 pitches in 4+ innings or something like that. So yeah, we haven't seen the Yu Darvish that the rest of the league has seen.
Well, I said that the litmus test was going to be last night, or going to be this series after they beat up on the Colorado Rockies. And boy, they were terrific last night. Same 2 clubs again tonight. Who's pitching tonight? Is it Vargas tonight?
No, who's it? Noesi,
and then Millwood tomorrow.
Noesi against, who's the Rangers hurler, Brady? Harrison.
Oh, he's good. Matt Harrison's good.
Yeah. Why don't you know that, Brady?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
By the way, Hamilton needs 3 home runs in the next 2 in order for me to win the parlay bet that I had with you.
Yeah, 0 for 4 last night.
Yeah, and the overthrow that's, gave him 2 runs? Mariners, a couple runs. That's the warm-up. Join us at 3.